Hey, welcome to I'll Take the Over podcast right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network. That's Doug Edwards. That's Johnny Grissom. And that's the JB, man, the Nature Boy, and I'm Mark Manley. What's going on, fellas?
How's it going?
What's up, bub?
So,
Going good, man. Got a cold mid-culture right here. Shit.
middle of time for me.
Shout out to our sponsor, Mid-Culture and Miller Lite.
And pinky toe towing.
Pinky
Come
toe
on.
towing. Get stuck in the snow, call Pinky Toe.
Damn right.
Edwards Freight, too, out there somewhere. Are just hauling around.
Yeah. You don't want to go to Memphis, call Edwards Freight.
That's right. Need
Yeah,
some good
obviously.
barbecue. Call Manly's Meat Wagon, where nobody beats our meat but us.
Mercy.
Walked into the wrong conversation.
Mercy, what's going on, fellas? How's your week been?
Been all right so far.
It's cold as hell up here.
Yeah, it's a little cold here.
Woo!
Woo.
Listen to Johnny. It's probably 50 degrees down there.
No,
He's
it's
all like,
down in the 30s right now.
That's
It's in the
30
30s
degrees.
right now.
Dang,
Yeah,
that is
we
cold
are.
for
We-
Louisiana.
Yeah,
He
I
had
think
to
it's gonna be a cold winter this year for us too.
It's
You had to break the
36
jacket out, didn't
degrees.
you, John?
Huh?
I said you had to break the jacket out, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. You know.
All right, speaking of weeks, Doug Edwards did not have a good week. He only had 5 points. Johnny Grissom led the pack with 10.
Hey, wait,
Josh
wait,
Brown
Mark,
comes in with
Mark.
6. Yeah.
Hey, I forgot. Before we start, man, we
All right.
got to give a shout out, man. Rest
Bobby
in peace
Knight.
to the legend, Bobby Knight, man.
Bobby
That's
Knight.
correct, man. I meant to say that. Got distracted here.
That's
They
all
don't
good,
make them
man.
like that anymore.
No, sir. No
No.
way. Coach Bobby Knight, man. Rest easy, brother.
That's right. For
Oh.
sure.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. But point total, Johnny moves in first place with 57. Josh is 1 point behind him with 56. Doug has 46, and Mark with 44. But Doug gets to wear the crybaby this week for scoring the lowest points.
I'm coming, though. I'm coming.
Even got his headband on. Says he's Doug.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
He's coming, he says, fellas.
Coming. Better got me last week.
Hey,
Better got me last
hey,
week.
I'm not worrying about y'all, man. Mark and Doug, I need real competition. Josh is a real competition with this show.
You're gonna
Yeah, I
be
mean, I ain't
surprised.
worrying about y'all.
You're gonna be surprised how quick that board can change.
Yeah,
That's that right. That
Yeah.
wild card helps
it's
you
not
out.
doing too good for y'all too.
I'm
Y'all
only
still
10.
blessed.
I'm only 10 back a second.
That's right.
Hey, man, I had a 7-1 week. If I can keep them going, I'm good. And if I hit the wild card, so I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of rankings, the college football rankings come out this past Tuesday, and some surprises up the top. But we're going to start at the bottom, where number 25 is Air Force coming in. They're at 8-0. Number 24, the Tulane Green Wave at 7-1. The only loss they have is to those Ole Miss Rebels. 23, the Kansas State Wildcats. Oklahoma State, who's in a big one this weekend, comes in at number 22. They're 6-2 on the year. Kansas, who just coming off a big win against the Sooners of Oklahoma, at number 21 at 6-2, and then USC at number 20 at 7-2. What do you think about that? Those 20 through 25 there, Doug?
I think USC is still a little overvalued there.
I agree.
Me too.
The
And-
biggest
USC, of
problem,
course.
biggest
hasn't
problem
played
with
good.
USC is Caleb Williams.
I think
Yeah.
and the coach, but I think Tulane's a little undervalued. If they'd have had their starting quarterback, they might have beat Ole Miss that day.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah, you
agree.
got there. That was a good game, and you're right, man. Tulane is definitely deserves to be up there, especially only one loss. What I
Right.
found kind of weird is you go 1 through 5, and they're all undefeated, and you go 5 through 13, they all got one loss, and then here comes the 2 losses. Then you get down to 24 and 25, you got a one-loss team and an undefeated team in the Air Force. So I don't know, but number
You got
19
this year's UCF is James Madison, man.
There you go, James Madison. They're not even in there.
They got no
booted out.
AP. They're AP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AP. But AP don't matter no more.
No, it doesn't.
It's CFP time now.
That's right.
Number 19, UCLA at 6-2. The Utah Utes are 6-2 at number 18. Tennessee Vols at 17 at 6-2. The Beavers from Oregon State at 6-2 are number 16. Notre Dame finds themselves at 15 after being highly ranked in the AP. They're at 7-2. LSU coming in at 14 at 6-2. Louisville at 7-1 at 13. Mizzou at number 12 at 7-1. Penn State Nittany Lions at 7-1 coming in at 11. Ole Miss Rebels at number 10 at 7-1. What are your thoughts on those guys?
I got some thoughts. I don't see how on that one. This was my major problem with the CFP is how Missouri is 2 spots ahead of us. We went to Mizzou on their home field on homecoming, and we beat them by double digits. And we played a better schedule. I don't care about you. You got 2 losses, this and that. We beat you head to head. We should be ahead of them.
2 losses, old Dougie.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. 2 losses.
That's all it is.
LSU's, Mizzou got 1.
Better schedule. We beat them head to head. Head to head's got to matter. 2 teams played. We saw who the better team was.
It matters some, but 2 losses is 2 losses.
Yep.
Yeah. And a head to head win's a head to head win.
What you got to think of is all going to work itself out here at the end
Because
LSU controls their own destiny, and then Mizzou controls their own destiny.
Yep.
Alabama's going to control theirs. Yep. So it is what it is. I mean, Ole Miss can still sneak in there in the West. Tennessee, long outside shot, but I mean, Tennessee and Georgia play next week, so we'll see.
Yeah, and Tennessee and Missouri still have to play too.
That's right.
Tennessee and Mizzou still play.
Oklahoma comes in at number 9 at 7-1. Alabama Crimson Tide at 7-1 at number 8. Texas Longhorns at number 7 at 7-1. Oregon still hanging out around the top 5. They're at number 6 at 7-1. Mm-hmm. The Huskies of Washington, who have been struggling lately, find themselves at number 5 at 8-0. Florida State at number 4 at 8-0. Michigan, I will steal your sign if you're not looking, 8-0 at number 3. And the Georgia Bulldogs fall to number 2 in the CFP. Yeah, they're at 8-0 with number 1, the Ohio State Buckeyes. I told you guys it was going to be Ohio State all day long, and I was right, baby. Let me just pat myself like old Barry Horowitz on the back right there.
I don't see that. I just don't see Ohio State being 1.
I just Georgia been number 1 all year long. Like, just give me a reason why they should drop. Like, I just don't understand that. You know,
I mean, they haven't
lost until they lose. You know, right?
Yeah,
until they lose.
And they're champs from last year. I mean,
they ain't lost since before COVID.
I understand Ohio State's undefeated.
This poll goes by this year. This poll don't go by what you did last year, 3 years ago, 4 years ago when LSU won it. This poll goes by this year. Georgia ain't played nobody. They played a bunch of cupcakes. They played a sorry schedule, a sorry excuse for a schedule. They didn't look at their non-conference schedule. They didn't schedule. We scheduled Florida State. Other teams schedule each other. Georgia schedules no one. I can see them being dropped down. I can't see why Florida State is not stayed at number 4. Florida State has played a better schedule, and they're undefeated than Michigan or Georgia. I can see Florida State pushing for 1, maybe 2.
Or Ohio State. I mean, who's Ohio State really play?
Yeah,
Ohio State
I'll give it to you.
Ohio State don't play nobody.
Ohio State played Indiana. They played Youngstown State. They played Western Kentucky. They played Notre Dame. They played Maryland, Purdue, and Penn State and Wisconsin. They played 2.
Georgia played.
Hold up. What rank is Notre Dame
right now?
Yes, right now.
15th.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. What rank is Penn State?
11.
That's an 11 win and a 15 win. What does Georgia have on their schedule?
Let me look.
They haven't beat a top 25 team. They haven't beat a top 25 team.
Nothing. They've got nothing.
That's right.
They've got nothing. Exactly.
That's right. He's right.
Exactly. Ohio State, I don't like Ohio State. They got a more of a right to say something than Michigan or Georgia. Now, Florida State, who have they beat? They've beaten us, number 14. Have they got another ranked win? Florida
Yeah,
State.
I think. Well,
they beat Duke. That's another ranked win. That's why I'm saying they should have been second or pushing for first.
I can see that argument for sure, man.
I can definitely see the argument.
You can't go by teams' names or what they did last year.
No, well, I'm definitely not going off what they did last year. What I'm simply saying is how can you have them ranked number 1 in every other poll, and then this one comes out, and it's like, all right, now you're number 2. I just don't understand.
That was the AP. This was the first week of college football playoff.
I get that. I understand that. It still doesn't make any sense, though.
A lot of what they do does.
Right. No, you're right about that.
But this is a different group of people polling.
Yeah, this is
you got that right. Yeah,
these
are the important people, not the writers.
Right, it's the ones that matter.
Yeah, it's not the media.
Yeah.
All right, man, we're gonna get on. Oh, did we go over the points yet? We did, didn't we?
Yeah,
that's right. Oh, Doug had a bad week. Poor Doug.
Hey, I just come off.
That's why he's grumpy this week. That's why
every week is his best week. That right, Dougie?
I came off of my best week the week before.
Upset Saturday didn't happen. The only thing was upset was your stomach got all them losses.
Hey, well, I got Kansas. I picked the Kansas over Oklahoma.
Yes, we did, baby.
Yeah, we did.
Doug is the Chicago Cubs of this show. Wait till next week.
Hey,
next year.
We got that one.
All right, first game on the schedule. We got a little change up after the CFP rankings come out. We had to take a game off, and we had to add this one. The Ohio State Buckeyes at 8-0. We're 5-0 in the conference. That is the Big Ten Conference. They're going to go on the road and play Rutgers. Rutgers at 6-2 and 3-2 on the conference. Rutgers has a 8.7% chance of winning this one, even they're at home. McCord leads the way for Ohio State Buckeyes. He has 2,163 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, and 3 picks. Rushing wise, Henderson leads the way for the Buckeyes with 457 yards and 6 touchdowns. Wimsatt is the passing leader for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights with 1,134 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 INTs. And then Mangaleo, or whatever, how you pronounce it, he has 144 carries, 744 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Ohio State has not lost a game this year. They beat Wisconsin 24-10. Penn State Nittany Lions 20-12. Purdue 41-7. Maryland Terrapins 37-17. And then a nail biter to opening up the year against Notre Dame 17-14. Now Rutgers beat Indiana 31-14. Michigan State 27-24. They lost to Wisconsin 24-13. And they beat Wagner 52-3. And then they lost to the Michigan Wolverines to open up the season 31-7, guys. The over and under is 42.5. And the spread is -18.5. So there we go. That's where we're going to set it right there on this one. Over and under 42.5. Ohio State favored by 18.5. I think Ohio State's going to win this game, but I don't see them winning by 18.5. And I'm definitely going to take the over on that one. 42.5 is a low score. So I'm going to pick the Ohio State Buckeyes on that one. What you got, JB?
Well, I can tell you right now, Rutgers should be thankful that they're bowl eligible, but they're going to find out after this weekend what kind of bowl they should be playing in when they get their ass whooped by Ohio State. I think it's kind of weird that it's 18.5 cushion, and then you have over under at 42. I think that Ohio State is going to cover, and they're going to go over. Hell, they probably even do the over under themselves against Rutgers. So watch and see. Yeah, it's going to be
score 43. I think.
Oh, Ohio State, they're going to come off being hyped, knowing that they're number one now. They're going to come out and make a statement. I feel bad for Rutgers. I'll be honest with you. Greg Schiano is going to do all he can to get them going, but it's not going to be enough at all.
See back up there?
Yep.
That's his second stint, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put him on the map the first time, man.
He's good. He's a real good coach.
Good coach.
Yep. I like him a lot. So, yeah, I got them winning, covering, and over.
Gotcha.
Huh. My competition right there.
You got more than him out there, buddy.
Yeah, man, I ain't worrying about those other two.
You better start. A lot of football left.
It's like Coach Prime, baby. He's coming.
Oh shit! I think it's gonna be a butt whooping to Ohio State. I don't think they're gonna cover. I hate to go with Mark with that, but the over and under. I like Josh say they're gonna go over on that. I mean that's an easy over. They like Ohio State's got something to prove because they're number one, Doug.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's my pick. Ohio State, not covering, but over.
Ohio State will win the game, but they will not cover. Rutgers can run the ball and run some clock here and keep it close. I can see Ohio State winning by 14-17, but I don't believe they're going to cover that 18.5. And I do believe the game will go over, though.
So we all agree on Ohio State and the over at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a first, guys, right here on I'll Take the Over podcast. We all take the over. All right, second game on the schedule, a Big 12 matchup between the Kansas State Wildcats and the Texas Longhorns. Kansas State ranked number 23. They're 6-2, 4-1 in the conference. Against the Longhorns, who are 7-1, 4-1 in the conference. Over and under is 49.5. Point spread is Texas minus the 4. Of course, Kansas State led by quarterback Will Howard, who has 1,628 yards on the year, 14 touchdowns, and 7 INTs. Giddens, the running back, he has 722 yards, 7 touchdowns. Quinn Ewers, of course, is leading the way for Texas. He is out, will not be playing. Murphy will be quarterbacking, and that might make a difference, but this game is in Texas, so I'm still going to pick the Longhorns. I'm going to pick them to cover, and I'm going to take the under 49.5.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Murphy did a good job last week filling in. He looked fantastic as far as the quarterback is concerned. I know that a lot of people were wondering why Arch Manning isn't playing, and I'm going to tell you the reason why is because if he came in and did something, then Sarkisian would have to answer questions as to why he hadn't started him in the beginning of the year. So don't plan on seeing Arch Manning at all this year.
Red shirt too.
Yep. Well, he can play what?
He can play 4 games. He can play 4 games.
Right. But I don't think he'll see the field, to be honest, especially with the way this kid's playing, But I think Texas will win. I think they'll cover. And I'm going to I agree with you, Mark. I'm going to take the under. I think it's going to be a 35-10 game, somewhere in that area. Yep.
Well, I agree with y'all what Texas is going to cover. But I disagree on the over and under. I'm gonna take the over on that one. I think Kansas State's gonna probably score a little bit against Texas, but Texas will win and cover. But It's gonna go over 49. That's my pick.
Well, I'm gonna take Texas also, being in Austin. I think Kansas State's gonna give them a good game, though. It's gonna be a scare. I give a lean to Texas covering. I'm not gonna play this game, and I wouldn't advise anyone to play this game, but I will take Texas for the win there, and I'm gonna go under also. I don't think they reached the 50-point barrier.
Be some chaos if that Kansas State pulls up the upset.
Man.
I hope they do, but I'm not going to pick.
And it could be some chaos in this game as well, as we going to talk about Bedlam now. The Oklahoma Sooners, number 9 in the nation, at 7-1, 4-1 in the Big 12. We're going to take on their rivalry, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Cowboys set at number 22 in the nation, 6-2 on the year, 4-1 on the conference. Of course, Oklahoma led by Dillon Gabriel, who has 2,300 yards on the year, 19 touchdowns, and 4 INTs. The Cowboys led by Bowman with 1,580, check that, and 8 touchdowns and 5 INTs. So there's something to watch there with the INTs being up. Walker leads the way rushing wise for OU. He has 385 and 5 touchdowns. Gordon, the second, already has over 1,000 yards on the year for Oklahoma State. He's sitting at 1,087 with 10 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Farouk is the leading receiver for OU, 449 with 2 touchdowns. And then Bray for Oklahoma State with 349 and only 1 touchdown. Of course, Oklahoma losing last week to the Kansas Jayhawks, so they cannot afford to lose again. And the over and under is 60.5 in this one. And the current spread is 5.5 OU. So Oklahoma 5.5, over and under 60.5. I'm going to take the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Give me the 5.5, and I'm going to say they just stay under 60, like maybe 58 points. So there we go.
Well, I'm gonna agree with you there, Mark. As far as the point spread is concerned, I think Oklahoma wins, but Oklahoma they don't cover. This is going to be a high-scoring game. This is going to come down to the end. It's probably going to be by about, honestly, 2 or 3 points is what I'm thinking. It's going to be like a 38-35 game, in my opinion. Both of them is going to score high 30, so I'm thinking it's going to go over. It's just going to be all-out war because, as Doug mentioned earlier, this is the last one. So this is all bragging rights here. So it's going to be a fight.
Huh. Well, Oklahoma, I think they're going to cover. I think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns. Oklahoma against Oklahoma State. The over and under. Oh man, I'm gonna go under on that one.
And here's where I catch one up on old Johnny. Right.
Hey, you got a long way to catch up.
I'm a man. Talk to me. I'm a man, Mike Gundy. I'm Mike Gundy.
That's right.
I don't know if y'all remember that, but
I'm
man.
40.
You can talk to me like it. Mike Gundy is going to have these boys fired up. This is the last Bedlam. This game is in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Oklahoma State is still alive to get to the Big 12 championship. They start off, look who they lost to early in the year. But like a Mike Gundy team, they get better. They get better. They get better each week. He's a man. He's a man, and he's coaching these boys up to be men. And Oklahoma, Vegas, you got the wrong team favored. Oklahoma State will win, and they'll win outright. And the game will go over. I'll take the over. There you go.
Wow, we're going to have an upset in Stillwater,
Oklahoma's,
baby. 2 weeks in a row, the Sooners go down.
Sooners got exposed. Sooners got exposed.
We called it last week, didn't we?
Hey, how'd that work out for you last week? What
worked
they
out
want
good.
said.
We won it.
Yeah, we called that upset.
We covered that one.
Yes, we did.
One.
Mike
Hey,
Gundy got them fired up down there, boy.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, that's right. They got
He's
lots
more
of
like
people.
60 now, ain't he?
Yeah.
He's been at Oklahoma State forever, man. I like old Gundy, old boy. He's a good coach.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, you ain't kidding.
All right, speaking of Kansas, our next game is the Kansas Jayhawks take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Another Big 12 matchup. Kansas coming off a big win against Oklahoma. They are now 6-2, 3-2 in the conference. Iowa State 5-3 on the year, but a 4-1 in the conference, where they are looking to win that Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 54% chance of winning this one. The game is at Iowa State. Bean leads the way for Kansas. He has 1,131 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 4 INTs. And I thought Bean played an excellent game last week against the Oklahoma Sooners. Beck leads the way in passing wise for Iowa State. He has 1,702 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 6 INTs. Rushing wise, Neal leads the way for the Jayhawks. Rock Chalk Jayhawks, 771 yards and 7 touchdowns. And Sanders leads the way for the Cyclones at 353 and 2 touchdowns. Oklahoma, of course, lost to Kansas last week, 38-33. And then Oklahoma State beat Kansas 39-32. Kansas will beat UCL 51-22, and then they would lose to Texas 40-14. Open up the year beating BYU 38-27. Iowa State's last 5. They beat Baylor 30-18, beat Cincinnati 30-10, beat TCU 27-14, lost to OU 50-20, and they beat Oklahoma State 34-27. This has a makings of a great game, I think. Iowa State favored by 2.5. Over and under is 53.5. I'm going to take the Jayhawks. You can give me the 2.5, and I'm going to take the over of 53.5. Go Jayhawks.
Wow.
Hey, I half agree with you, Mark. I don't know why they have Iowa State at -2.5. I think they got the wrong
field.
team picked. That would be
field.
the only reason you give them 2.5. But Kansas coming off of what they did last week, man, it's just going to be a trend continuing. They're going to go into Iowa State and just outright win it. I mean, but it's going to be a low scoring game in my opinion. I don't think it's going to even hit 50s, to be honest with you. So I'm going to take the under, but I got Kansas with the upset.
I don't see the upset. I'm gonna go with Iowa State. I think they will win. The over and under. I think it's gonna be over. Kansas had a good week last week, but I don't think they're gonna beat Iowa State. And Iowa State's gonna cover that 2.5, and it's gonna go over.
Hey, Doug, that right there is going to get me and him tied back up.
There you go. Well, I don't know. This is my turn picking, and I'm still.
That was a hard pick.
It's my turn picking. I'm still debating. This is a tough game to pick right here.
Yeah,
yes, it is. This is a trap.
Yeah, Kansas looked good. And I picked them last week for the upset, but they were at home. Could be a big emotional letdown after that big game. They got to go on the road to Ames. Iowa State's been playing pretty good. It almost is a pick 'em when you're only 2.5 points for home field. That's basically Vegas is saying it's a pick 'em game.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Kansas, though. I'm going to say they keep the momentum going. I'm going to go with Kansas to win outright. They won't need. They'll take 2.5, but they're going to win the game. And the 54, the over/under is going to go under.
Yep. I agree, brother. I agree. 100%.
I hope we're right. That's a tough one, though. That's a tough game.
It's very tough.
That is tough, but
hey, one of those teams could play in the Big 12 championship if things set up right for them.
They're
so never know.
Hey,
That's
mark
right.
that down that me and Doug fully agreed on everything for that pick. I think that's the first, brother.
Well, Josh, you want to rethink everything?
I want to change the whole thing.
You want to
Josh,
renege,
you remember
right?
he's not in first no more.
That's
He's
right.
not in second.
Yeah, that's right. I've been writing his down. See, no, I agree. I 100% agree.
All right, man. Next one on the schedule is the Washington State Huskies are 8-0, number 5 in the nation, 5-0 in the Pac-12, against the USC Fighting Trojans, who are 7-2, 5-1 in the conference. USC is going to be favored at home. Nope, check that. Washington is favored by 3. And over and under is 76.5. Wow, they expect this game to put up a lot of points. I know Washington can put up a lot of points as they did against Oregon. Of course, Michael Penix Jr., he has 2,945 yards, 24 touchdowns on the year, and 6 INTs. Caleb Williams, on the other hand, has 26-46, 25 touchdowns and 4 picks, guys. We're just going to see a couple of Heisman candidates right here in this game right alone. So, with that being said, I'm going to take USC at home. Give me the 3 points, and I'm going to say they stay under that 76.5. USC by a nail biter, last-second field goal for the Trojans.
Wow. This is another tough game. I mean, I went back and forth.
Call there.
Yep. But I'm going to go in the exact opposite direction here. Like I said earlier, I think Caleb Williams is a big problem with USC this year. He's not focusing on football. He's more focused on what he's focusing on himself, and that's it. Nothing else. It ain't about the team. It ain't about him getting drafted. It's about nothing but dollar signs in his eyes. And because of that, Michael Penix Jr. is going to show up and show out and show to him why he's the best quarterback in the Pac-12. Washington's going to win, and it's going to be a very high-scoring game, and I'll take the over.
I agree with you, Josh, about the USC quarterback. I don't know what he's thinking, trying to get a pre-owned NFL team. I don't know what that came from. I guess he was smoking some good stuff that weekend.
Not even allowed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that came from. But I agree with Josh, man. I can't go with Mark on this pick. But hey, Mark might win this week with these picks. But I'm gonna take
Washington.
I'm gonna take Washington -3. Hey, that's 76 is a lot of points. I mean, I know Washington can score, but I'm gonna go under on that one.
Yeah, Mark.
First under you're taking.
Huh?
And Washington has really struggled the last 2 weeks.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, they haven't been scoring that much.
But Mark, you're all alone on this one. I can't help you out here. I'd like to and all, but I just can't do it. I got to go with Washington. They're going to win. There's no defense going to be played. Washington is going to win a shootout. But they'll go into the Coliseum and they'll come out with a win. So they'll hang around another week or so. They won't be in the top 4 when it's all said and done, but they're going to win this game. USC will go down. No defense played it, and I'll take the over.
That's 2 in a row me and Doug agreed on. Holy shit.
Write it down.
76.5. You're taking the over.
Yeah.
I take the over if it was
trying to catch up to first place. That's what he's trying to do. Catch up.
Hey, let me hear a prediction of a score.
I'll give you mine.
All right.
48-35.
48-35. What you got, Doug?
I'm thinking around 52-45.
Gonna break 100, huh?
I'd have took the over if it was 80.
Washington definitely better pay better than they have been the last 2 weeks, man.
They will.
That's true.
I think this is going to be, the spotlight for Michael Penix. Yeah, I mean, last year's Heisman going into his hometown or his home stadium. I mean,
when you step into the Rose Bowl, you're gonna play better.
That's right.
So do you think they've been looking forward to this game and just been overlooking all the other teams.
Possibly. Quite possibly. I mean, the stage is set for Michael Penix Jr. I'd say all year he was my front runner as far as the Heisman is concerned. This is it right here. He'll get his, if he has a good showing, he's going to get up there. I know there's other guys in the running now that have came out of the shadows, but for me, it's Penix Jr.
In the end, he won't win Heisman, and they won't be in the playoffs.
I guess Jaden Daniels going to win the Heisman, right?
Hey, me and Doug had to disagree somewhere.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
it to the bank.
Hey,
It depends. It depends on
I
the
team
Washington Alabama game.
Daniels
She said,
Daniels could sure step it up. In that game.
He's got
That could be
to.
his Heisman
He's
moment.
got to have a big game this week.
He's the best quarterback in college football. He may not.
Hey, we'll talk about that game in a little bit. Let's go.
Me
We'll
and-
talk about
me
that
and-
game in a little bit.
Me and Doug done agreed on 2 in a row, and then he gonna go off and say that. Yeah.
Hey, all right, now we're gonna stay right there in the old Pac-12 because they don't have too many games left for that old conference. Hey, we got a good one here. UCLA Bruins at number 19 in the country, coming in at 6-2, 3-2 in the Big Pac-12, which is a tough conference this year. Arizona seems to be getting on track here lately. They're at 5-3 and 3-2 in the conference. The over and under is 51.5. UCLA is favored by 3. I'll tell you what, I like the way that Fitta, I believe is how you pronounce it, that quarterback for Arizona has been playing. I like the way they looked last week. 1,221 yards on the year for him. He has 11 touchdowns and 3 INTs. Moore, on the other hand, has 1,330 yards, 10 touchdowns, but he has 7 INTs. So there you go, 10 touchdowns and 7 picks. Moore has not had an exceptionally well year. Arizona's last 5 games, they beat Oregon State, they beat our Beavers, and then they beat our Cougars, Doug. So they beat both our teams. And then they lost to USC in 3 overtimes, folks. So they barely lost to the Trojans. And they only lost by a touchdown to Washington. And then Stanford, they beat 21-20 to open the year. Now, UCLA, on the other hand, they beat Colorado 28-16, beat Stanford 42-7, lost to Oregon State 36-24. They beat Washington State 25-17, and they lost the opener to the Utah Utes 14-7. I'm going to take Arizona, guys, in the upset. Arizona and the under 51.5.
Oh, wow.
Man.
You all right?
I'm going. Hey, I'm good, baby. I got to get some points.
Somebody sound like it's choking.
I think it's Johnny. He's probably got one in his mouth.
He sound like he's gagging or choking on something.
He got a bratwurst in there.
So
Brock.
I think the telltale sign between the two teams that they both are going to be watching film on is that Stanford game to see what they all did right and everything. I think the deciding factor, though, coming down to it, is UCLA they're more prepared this year, in my opinion, having faced Utah and having competition they face and everything. I think UCLA does win this game. I think they win it by less than a touchdown. And as far as the over-under is concerned, it's been a trend for me to not man, so I'll take the over.
Oh, man. Arizona they've been okay
Game is
this
at
year.
Arizona.
Arizona. Okay. Arizona had some close games this year, but I don't think they're going to win this weekend. UCLA, I think they will cover that. Was it -3?
Yeah.
I think they will cover that. They will win. And 51.5. Hey, like the show say, take the over.
Yeah. UCLA's got them 2 twins, man, on the defensive line, and they get after a quarterback. They are bad. They got this game, and Arizona's tough too. This game is going to be a slugfest. But Mark, I'm not going to leave you in the corner all alone on this one. You're right. Arizona is going to win this game. Being in Tucson, UCLA has been overrated all year. They're not real good on offense. Both of y'all are wrong on the over-under. This game will go under. Arizona will win outright. Vegas, you have the wrong team favored. Caesar Sportsbook. Give me a holler next time you want to set some lines because you got this all messed up. Arizona straight up.
Hey, Doug originally picked UCLA, but since we both picked it, he's going the other way. He wanted to get that point.
Hadn't been on UCLA all year.
Doug,
they've been overrated
Doug,
all year.
You don't work for Vegas? You trying to take those people? Huh? I don't know.
You need to set the lines anyway, don't you? All right, guys, we got 2 big games left, and they're both in the SEC and part of a triple hitter on CBS. CBS is going to open up at 11 o'clock with that Ohio State-Rutgers game. And then they're going to go to the game we'll talk about after this one. And this game here is your nightcapper on the CBS. It's going to be the LSU Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. LSU coming in number 14 in the nation, 6-2 on the year, 4-1 in the SEC. Alabama at 7-1, 5-0 in the conference. So you can't get rid of Alabama. I don't care what you do. Of course, LSU led by Heisman hopeful Jaden Daniels. Daniels has 2,573 yards, 25 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. Milroe for the Alabama Crimson Tide has 1,617 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 5 INTs. Rushing-wise, Diggs leads the way for the Purple and Gold Tigers, 611 yards, 6 touchdowns. McCellum leads the way for the Tide at 569 and 4 touchdowns. Receiving, of course, Neighbors, and that is not Jim Neighbors, folks. Neighbors leads the nation in receiving at 981 at 9 touchdowns. Burton is the other receiver, and that is not Luther Burden, but Jay Burton of the Alabama Crimson Tide at 508 and 5 touchdowns. Alabama's last 5 games, they beat Tennessee 34-20. They beat Arkansas 24-21. Beat A&M 26-20. Beat Mississippi State 40-17. And they beat Ole Miss 24-10. So a lot of close games there for the Alabama Crimson Tide. On the other hand, LSU beats the stew out of the Army, not the Golden Knights, but the Army Black Knights, 62-0. Beat Auburn 48-18. They beat my Mizzou Tigers 49-39. They lost to Ole Miss 55-49 in a shootout. And they beat the Hogs from Arkansas 34-31. Point spread. Alabama favored by 3 at home. Over and under 60.5. I'm going to take the LSU Mighty Tigers. Give me the 3 points. And I'm going to take the over of 60.5. Go Tigers.
Man, this game, it's going to be one of the best games of the year, dude. It's going to be a war from the beginning all the way to the end. And it's going to come down to a last-second field goal. Mark my words now. Take it to the bank. It's going to happen. It's going to be a 35 to 40 yarder from the right hash. Split the uprights. I'm telling you right now.
Who's kicking it?
It's going to be Go Tigers. I'm telling you, LSU is going to win this game. They're going to upset Bama, but it's not going to go over. I will take the under on this game. I think the game's going to come down, be 30-27 at the end of it. Last second field goal, boys.
Hey, man, Alabama's pissed off from last year, man. That was the last overtime. They won it.
Good game, wasn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, it was a good, awesome game. Man. Awesome game, man. You never been to an LSU and Alabama game? Go. It's worth it. Look, I want to go for my Tigers, but they say don't go with your heart. Don't go with your heart when you bet on games. That's when you lose. But I think
he got an LSU shirt on too.
I got LSU
What the hell, Johnny? He wore props and go
He's worried about that point. He's
even got some. He's even got titty beads behind him.
He got no faith in us.
I just know the history behind LSU and Alabama. I know one year, it's been some years back, LSU won during LSU beat Alabama, and LSU played Alabama in a championship game. LSU was supposed to win that game, but LSU couldn't get past the 50-yard line.
2011. 2011.
Yeah. And
long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
Alabama
coach is he's good. He's good. He knows LSU's been here, but I want to say Alabama's going to win, and they're going to go under that 60.5. I don't think Alabama's going to shut down, hopefully. Hopefully not, but they're going to shut down LSU. I hate to do it, but Alabama's going to win, and they're going to go under that.
You're in a corner all by yourself.
Hey, check this out. I'm trying to help Mark and Doug out to catch up with us, Josh.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. I'll take that point. You are in the corner all by yourself because I'm gonna.
I know. I'm
gonna tell you what, LSU is going to go in there with the number one offense in the nation, and they're not going to be held to 30 points. I'm sorry. This game will go over. LSU will win. Vegas got the wrong team favored. LSU will go in there, and they're going to win the game 7 to 10 points. It's going to be close for a little while. Yeah. We're going to score, and we're going to score, and we're going to keep scoring. Milroe. Okay,
he's a runner. We got
2 freshmen that haven't played much starting at corner. Their backups haven't played much. We got a lot of people out in our secondary. Our front guys are going to step up. They're going to stop the run game. They're going to make Milroe beat us with the pass, and he's going to have some good moments. He's going to beat us some with the pass, but he ain't going to beat us all day with it. He's not that accurate. We're going to score, and keep scoring. Alabama goes down, and just like last year, playoff hopes are crushed, Gumps. I'm sorry, but the Forrest Gumps are out of here. You want to go to the playoffs? Buy a ticket.
I agree.
Is that the only way they're getting to Atlanta, huh?
That's it. That's the only way.
Hey, Doug, don't worry. I'm gonna be rooting for my Tigers, man. I'm gonna be rooting for them.
Hopefully,
I'm not cussing.
I understand where you come from. I hate picking Penn State, so I get that.
Yeah, when you go with your heart, man, sometimes it don't work out for you.
Yep.
Just like 2019, we're going into Tuscaloosa and we're leaving there with a W.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Because I don't like Alabama. Alabama, Tennessee. That's one of my 2 teams I don't like in the SEC.
Well, they probably don't like your ass either.
Yeah, probably don't either.
Old country hick from the sticks.
Hey, I know how to survive too.
All right. Speaking of heart, the real Tigers, the black and gold one, play the Georgia Bulldogs. Missouri comes in at number 12, 7-1, 3-1 in the SEC. Georgia, of course, 8-0, 5-0 in the conference. And they're going to be highly pissed off, I would think, getting disrespected coming in from number 1 to number 2. Mizzou, led by Brady Cook with 2,259 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 3 INTs. Carson Beck leads the way for the Georgia Bulldogs. He has 2,462 yards, 14 touchdowns and 4 INTs. Rushing wise, Schrader leads the way for the Tigers of Mizzou, 807 yards on the year and 9 touchdowns. Edwards leads the way for the Bulldogs of Georgia, 556 yards and 8 touchdowns. Receiving, of course, Luther Bird III, 905 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Brock Bowers leads the way for the Bulldogs, and he is out, folks. He has 567 yards, 4 touchdowns. But don't let that fool you. Georgia has all kinds of weapons with Dominic Lovett and Ladd McConkey, and they can do it up for sure. And Beck knows how to sling it. Last 5 games, the Mizzou Tigers beat the South Carolina Gamecocks in, what was that, October, 34-12. They beat the Kentucky Wildcats 38-21. They lost to the LSU Tigers 49-39. Beat Vanderbilt 38-21, and they beat Memphis 34-27. Last 5 for the Bulldogs. They beat Florida 43-20, which everybody thought was going to be a really quite a contest, but it turned into not a contest at all. As Georgia clicking on all cylinders they're clicking on last week, folks. And Mizzou's going to catch them at a wrong time. They beat Vanderbilt 37-20. They beat Kentucky 51-13 after Kentucky put a ass whooping on Florida. And then they beat Auburn 27-20. And, of course, they beat UAB, as we talked about that schedule earlier, 49-21. Georgia currently sits at 15.5 points favored over the Mizzou Tigers, 54.5. I'm going to take right here, folks. You got it, baby. The Tigers, baby.
Woo! Look at there! Look at there!
Blue Tigers.
You talk about picking with your heart.
Man, pull Truman out.
Yeah, he
Truman,
did.
baby. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Wow. Man, I'm going to tell you what, man. Freaking, like you said earlier, Georgia is going to come into this game pissed off because, as I said earlier, I felt that they should be number 1. I don't understand why they're number 2, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, either way you go with the rankings and how that's going to end up. I get all that because it's about where you finish. You know, not where you start, it's where you finish. And with that being said, I said it the other day, Mizzou is going to be playing on New Year's Day, and it's going to start this fucking weekend when they upset the Georgia Bulldogs, and they go in there and they beat them outright. I got a score of 34-31, and I will take the over.
Wow.
MIZ.
COU. Wow.
Go Tigers.
Wow.
What you think about these guys?
Hey, I'm going to have to disagree with y'all. I mean, Josh and Mark. I mean, Georgia was number 1 for a reason, man. I think they should still be number 1. Doug don't agree with that, but I don't think they're going to cover that 15 points. But I think it's going to be a shootout on both teams. They're going to probably score over 56 points. But Georgia will win, but won't cover. That's my pick. Sorry, Mizzou. Hey, you're not the Tigers. LSU's the real Tigers.
That's right. We done beat both the other Tigers in the league.
That's
Auburn
right.
and Missouri. Yeah. My heart wants to go for Mizzou. And because Georgia, this is going to be the best team Georgia has played so far this year. And that is why they're not number 1, because they've been eating cupcakes all year. All they've done is sit around eating cupcakes. Yeah, they're undefeated. They should be up there. They should be ranked way up there. I'd say I'd put them about number 3 to 4 in the rankings of my rankings. But they ain't beat anybody. This will be the best team they faced. They're lucky it's at home. And Missouri is going to go in, and Missouri can score, and Missouri will score. I don't care about the Georgia defense. I don't want to hear about that. Missouri is going to put up some points, and it's going to stay close. but Georgia's going to wear them down. And then Georgia just has too many dudes, man. They just got too many guys, and they're going to wear them down. And as just like last year, kind of like Missouri had to settle for too many field goals. They had that game won, but they had to settle for too many field goals, and they just got worn down. They ran out of gas at the end. And it's going to be a similar, but this game will be a much more high-scoring game than last year. I don't think Georgia covers, but I do think Georgia will win the game. I hope I'm wrong. I'll give that point up. I'll be glad to, but I got to pick Georgia.
Can't blame me there, man.
The way I see
it. They don't lose at home either, man. I mean, great team.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't lost
as Johnny said, I'm gonna go with my heart and get me in trouble. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Sometimes,
all right, guys, now
sometimes
it's
it works.
Time for the old faithful wild card game, and this time I'm gonna take the Ole Miss Rebels -3 against the Texas A&M Aggies, and I'm gonna take the over of 53.5 as the Rebels can put up big numbers. Hotty toddy.
You took the Rebels once before, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, Johnny. Did I? Usually I take the Bulldogs, and they'd let me down.
Yeah.
Now, what was the spread?
Yes, I did, Johnny. Spread is -3. Ole Miss, and then the over and under is 53.5.
And you're going over.
Yes.
That's why he didn't put this one to talk about. He wanted it as his wild card. I got you there. I was wondering
look, I looked at that game.
Number 10 team in the CFP.
I looked at it. Well,
well, they're playing A&M guys, so you know.
Yeah, that's a hit and miss right there.
Hey, that front seven on defense legit for A&M. Mac's
gonna have 3 picks.
Man, I don't know if you heard earlier or not, but me and Johnny, we picked the same wild card, and he said, "No, that's good. We go ahead." And I'm like, "I need the point, so I'm gonna change mine." When you know, I went and changed mine. The Ole Miss and Texas A&M.
Oh, be doggone! You better change it again.
I do. I got it right here at the top.
Hey,
I'm gonna take the game we removed. I'm gonna take James Madison.
There you go.
Georgia State. And looks like on the pictures you've seen, the spread was James Madison's -5.5 with the over under at 55.
Okay.
If it's not, I'll take whatever it is. Because
you're taking James Madison to win.
I'm taking James Madison to win, to cover,
and
the over. They're gonna win by 20.
Gotcha.
Damn.
20.
Georgia State ain't no slouch.
No, they ain't. But James Madison this year's UCF.
Doug likes Georgia State. He had them one week when they was already playing.
Yeah. Josh, you could have picked the team tonight.
We would have gave you
let me take
points there, Josh.
Hey, I want to take the Texas Rangers to win by at least a run.
There you go.
Hey, real quick before you guys give it though, it's just a quick update. Top of 8 bases are loaded for Texas with 1 out, and they're up 1-0.
So Texas up 1-0.
Yep.
We'll wrap it up tonight.
I think so too.
That'd be nice. All right, Johnny.
Oh shoot, my turn. Oh, I thought we were talking about baseball. Yeah, I'm sorry, Josh, but I could change my wild card, but
nah, you good.
You say I was in the lead. I got the credit to take the wild card.
Yep.
I got the Irish versus Clemson. The Irish is -3. The over and under is 44.5. Look, can't go against those Irish. I mean, can't go against the Catholics. I'm gonna take the Irish -3 to win, and they're gonna cover that spread. Clemson, oh man, they're not like they used to be. Pretty Boy's not playing there no more. He's playing for Jacksonville right now. Doing pretty good for Jacksonville. I'm surprised. But the over and under 44.5, I'm going to go over on that.
We would have been same across the board, bro.
I thought it was going to be an easy pick. I say, hey, let me get my 5 points. Try to stay in first place. Like I said earlier, Josh is my only competition. I'm not worrying about Mark and Doug. They can hit here and there. I mean, they might get a bonus wild card here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm
talking
not,
shit. Look,
Josh, you're gonna be glad. You're gonna be glad you gave that up because he just lost. He just lost that wild card. So you'll be glad you gave that
up. You think? Huh?
Hey, before you pick Doug,
for you, Doug,
the James Madison minus 5.5. Over and under was 54.5.
54.5.
Still over.
Well, yeah, if you pick 55.5 over, you'd probably take 54.5.
Damn right. Oh, is that what it was? 55.5? Yeah, you're right.
My wild card winning game for this week is the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors at Nevada Wolfpack, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Nevada is minus 3.5 point favorite. They're giving up 3.5 points to Hawaii. I'm going to take Nevada to win and to cover. The over-under is 50.5. We will be going under in that game, and I'll take those 5 points to the bank.
Hold on. Let me see if they're playing right now.
Yeah, double check the schedule.
Hey, what was the under, Doug?
The over-under is 50.5. I'm taking the under.
Taking the under.
I wish Hawaii would come back with those white helmets with the rainbow logo. Remember those? It used to be when they was called the Hawaii Rainbows.
The gay pride is taking the rainbow away from them. So
the gay pride.
They had to get rid of that. Now, would you want that on your helmet if you're a football player?
Man, they were sharp back in the day.
Ain't no running away from your mascot. They're called the Rainbows. So.
They were.
There's always a light at the end of the rainbow, baby.
Damn right.
I just ain't found the pot of gold yet.
Pot of gold. Hey, speaking of pot of gold, Doug, you had something you want to go over? You had some names or something you want to discuss?
I got an all names team if y'all want to hear them. I mean, there's some pretty good names. Come on. These are all players playing on teams this year in college football.
So they have real names.
These are real names of players playing this year in college football. First on my all names team is Rowdy Beers. Rowdy Beers. That's a heck of a name.
Who's he play for?
He is for FIU, Florida International. He's a tight end. Rowdy Beers. Next is General Booty. General Booty.
Right.
Yeah, I heard about him.
I know about General Booty.
He's Oklahoma. He's Oklahoma Sooner quarterback. Y'all remember the Josh Booty, the one one of them was quarterback for USC. That's his uncle. He's a member of the famous Booty Clan.
Damn right, the big booty club.
LSU had a back in the day. They had a booty for.
There's a lot of booties.
Yeah, that's a big
Josh Booty.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those booties running around.
Yeah, it's a big booty family. The big booty family.
There's a big booty family.
There's still two of them down there in Louisiana. One of them's a quarterback, and the other one's a receiver. Those are Josh Booty's sons, and they're playing high school football.
Yeah, because he played.
I've seen
Yeah, those booties are huge down there.
General Booty is Josh's uncle. Josh is his uncle. General Booty.
I didn't know that.
Now I would think that probably when you get Rowdy Beers, then generally there's Booty. There's General Booty.
Right.
That's tight end.
Yeah. How about
it might be a Lucian at the end of the night.
Wide receiver.
How about Kool-Aid McKiskry? I gotta have Kool-Aid on my all names team. He's Alabama.
That's right. Yeah.
Who he play for?
Alabama.
Alabama Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, he's a really good player too. Yeah, defensive back. He might pick off Daniels this week.
Yeah, he's
Hope
good.
not.
He replaced Clinton Dix.
How about memorable factor? Memorable factor. That is a real kid.
I haven't heard of that one.
He's a linebacker for Duke Blue Devils. Memorable factor.
Huh.
That's got to be an all names team guy, man.
Man, yeah.
How about dude person? Dude person. He's for Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas.
How did you find him?
That's his name, dude person. How about the realist Clark?
He's real.
Not the fakest. The realist.
He's
the real deal.
He keeps it 100, baby.
Yeah, real deal.
He's a wide receiver for Defiance College.
Defiance.
He's not D1.
What's their mascot?
No, I couldn't tell you that. How about this?
A stove.
Pig cage.
Say again.
Pig cage.
Pig cage.
Pig cage.
Pig cage. It's a real.
So he don't get out of the cage very often.
Playing football.
He has to play for Arkansas, don't he?
He's a linebacker. He should. He's a linebacker for the Roadrunners, Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. Pig cage. Yeah. All names. How about?
We used to have a Pig Brown.
How about Jaden Muskrat? Jaden Muskrat. He's a defensive lineman for Auburn. All names team. How about Tiger Shanks?
Shank it,
baby. He rarely does, but yeah.
Tiger Woods, he does a lot of shanking now.
Yeah. He's an offensive lineman for UNLV. How about this one? Panda Askew. Panda Askew. Who would name the kid Panda?
Bless you too, huh?
Yeah,
Panda.
Exactly. Who would name their kid Panda?
Panda Askew.
Charlotte. He's in Charlotte.
Let's go to Panda and eat.
What's your name? Panda Askew. Bless you.
This might be my favorite all names team. Mobility.
His last name Billy.
Bility is his last name. This is not a joke, y'all. He plays for Rice. He's a cornerback for the Rice Owls.
So he has a lot of mobility.
You're gonna say Sport Joey next.
Hey, how about?
Hey, Mark, you're gonna say Sport Joey.
No,
Joey Stick.
We had the realest Clark. How about the coldest Crawford? The coldest, not the warmest, not the hottest, but the coldest Crawford. He's for Louisiana Tech. He's down there with Johnny down there in Cajun country. Louisiana Tech wide receiver.
Lafayette.
The coldest. That's where he played high school, or that's where Louisiana Tech is, isn't he?
No, Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech's in Ruston.
No, Ruston. I'm thinking about the Raging Cajun. My bad.
No, he's with La Tech, wide receiver. And my last one on the all names team. The last one is Storm Duck.
Arizona.
Louisville defensive back.
Louisville.
Damn.
But anyway, that's my all names team, y'all. I
Kelly,
thought that was pretty funny and interesting anyway.
Hey,
you can find anything.
You can find anything on Google.
Man.
Raw. You didn't have Raw.
No, I didn't have Raw. He's still playing?
Yeah, he plays for Georgia.
Oh, yeah, he's a receiver, ain't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put him as an alternate. Raw.
He's honorable mention.
You put
honorable mention. There you go.
Did you turn the comments on tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because we only had Sherm and my dad show up, so I was curious.
That's all I see.
Yeah.
Nobody watching.
Yeah,
they missed a good show. They go back and watch it.
Doug ran them off.
They get better every week, man. These shows are good, man.
It went up to like 200 something. I know it's like 222 or something.
That's it, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Check it out, man.
I talk
Yeah.
about it at work all the time.
I do the same.
Missed a good. If you missed it, you missed a good show tonight, guys. And
Hey,
gals.
I'm curious of all these people that viewed it, how much have they taken upon our picks and put money on it? You know, I want to get my share.
Right.
You'll get cut. We need our royalties.
I mean, guarantee you, I've hit what 3 wild cards. Johnny's hit one. Each one of us has hit a wild card.
I
should have took all my picks last week. I went 7-1 last week.
Yeah, I remember the first week was I lost one game.
Went 7-1.
Yeah.
I went 7-1 the week before this last one, and hit my wild card.
You ain't went 7-1 all year, motherfucker.
Yeah, I did. I got
1-7
1 week.
Here we go.
I got 12
Here we
points
go.
in 1 week.
Yeah, you did. You did get 12.
Yeah. But I need another week like that. That's why I'm trying to tell Johnny, it ain't over till it's over.
That's
Lizzo
right.
ain't
That's
thinking
right.
yet. Yeah.
Hey, we like talking shit. You know, we giving each other a hard time. You know,
All
but
right,
hey, we're
right.
having fun with it. You know,
Man, yeah, it's fun. It definitely is fun.
man.
Good
And
time.
real talk, man. We try to pick the right teams every week, but it's hard in college. I mean, it's hard. But
Yes,
hey,
it is.
we are doing pretty good this year. I think picking the right
Just
team.
remember,
The Vegas
guys,
guys
that
don't.
the guy who scores the lowest has gotta have the baby face. Last week it was Doug. Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna wear it next week?
I
We
don't
shall
know.
say.
Not me. Not me again. I'm
Hey.
turning that baby face into smiles.
I'm headed to Athens tomorrow, fellas. So
Man, have
Go
fun,
Tigers.
bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go Tigers.
So you going to Georgia, Mark?
Georgia. Yeah,
You ever
sweet
been
Georgia.
to the games?
Never been between the hedges.
Man, that's
Wow,
big
nice,
fun.
dude.
Can't
That'll
wait.
be fun.
Can't wait.
I hope.
Awesome.
I hope I picked that one wrong. I hope I lose that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take
Nope.
Trevor with me, guys.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
gonna be a Tigers weekend this week.
That's right,
Could
baby.
be.
All Tigers. I'm
All
going to pick the
Tigers.
Cruzville Tigers over the Valley Warriors, too, tomorrow.
There you go.
Friday night in the playoffs.
There you go.
Tigers.
Go Tigers. Awesome.
Yep.
Well, good show, guys.
All right, boys.
Stealing from Lee Corso.
That's it.
LSU all the way.
Give us a wrap
Right,
there,
guys.
Mark.
You picked
All right,
against
guys. This has been the podcast on the Boot Hill Sports Network. I'm Mark Manley. That's Johnny Grissom. That's the Nature Boy, Josh Brown. And that is Doug Edwards, all the way from Cooter, Missouri. Until next week, this is Mark Manley saying so long for I'll Take the Over podcast right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.